What's up guys, this is your host Manik. Welcome back to another video. So the cameras on Redmi Note 9 Pro Max are great for a budget device and a 20,000 rupees price segment in India. And I even shot an entire video on this device. And overall, it was good and usable, more or less. But some of the minor issues are there with this camera too. For example, over sharpening of colors with the video mode, and the night mode is simply a hit or miss. It takes some grainy images, but we have a solution for all of these problems. And that is to use a GCAM mod. It isn't necessary that using a GCAM mod will improve the overall output, but as far as it performs on other devices, I think we can be optimistic for Redmi Note 9 Pro Max too. So let's get started. So before we get to it, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon next to it to stay notified about the latest videos. So let's get started. Now before we move on to the image samples, there was this one issue that I faced, and that is, no GCAM mod is 100% compatible with the Redmi Note 9 Pro series till now. But after a lot of research, I found one that does support all the cameras. But video recording is not working with this mod, so do keep that in mind. And you can get a link to it in description area. So go ahead and download it. Now let's move on to the image samples. So moving on to the first image. So I took this as I wanted to check the dynamic range on both of these camera apps. And as you can see, it did not disappoint. The color of sky is much better in the one shot on GCAM. Plus the amount of details in the image is more than what we can see with the stock camera app. So here, the Google camera app wins this round hands down. And I took similar image from the wide angle camera on both GCAM and stock camera app. And here are the results. Well, with the GCAM, the images were more or less better than what we have with the stock camera app. After that, I took a bit of close-up shot using the primary cameras only. And here, the results were more or less similar with both of these apps. And the image shot from GCAM is a bit towards cool side as compared to the stock one. But if you zoom in, you will see the difference in amount of details in the one shot on GCAM. So it has more details as compared to the stock camera. And yes, for this too, I'll prefer the one from GCAM, though they are quite close. Moving on to a bit complex shot. So here, I took a close-up shot of this feather, and the Google camera app proved out to be a champ once again. Zooming in, and you can clearly see the lines. It has preserved the details to a great extent, which is really great. And on the other hand, the stock camera seems to be confused in focusing, and hence it messed up the output. After this, I shot this sunset with both ultra-wide and primary cameras. And here, I feel that the stock camera had better dynamic range. As you can clearly see, it did preserve the color of windows and roof. And for this round, the stock camera did better, as it looks like the Google camera still needs some configuration. And that same thing can be seen with this shot. The dynamic range of stock camera was better than the Google camera, and the color of sky is much better with the stock camera app. Whereas with the GCAM mod, it looks a bit overexposed sort of, so the stock camera did better in this test. So the next shot was taken with the ultra wide angle camera using both the apps, and it is only 8 megapixel in resolution, so we cannot expect a high quality image from the camera in such a challenging scenario like this one. But zooming in, and we can see that the Google camera app did better than the stock camera app and preserved the details in a much better way, and thus won this round. Now you must be thinking that the Google camera mod is best in everything, but wait, one thing where it is poorly optimized is with the macro camera. So here, as you can see in this sample, the Google camera mod messed up the whole image, and no matter how hard I tried, it was taking those blurry images again and again. So yeah, here the stock camera outperforms the Google camera mod. Moving on to the next shot, this image also explains the better dynamic range of the Google camera. And you can see the colors overall, they look much better with the image shot from GCAM mod as compared to the stock. And I am attaching some more images as a reference from both of these cameras. And you can get all these images in high resolution from the link in description area. So considering the primary camera only, I can surely say that the Google camera mod is better, and you can use it to improve the already great camera. But where this mod falls apart is in the front camera performance. And I tried it with quite a lot of images in different scenarios, and they were sometimes grainy and sometimes good. But I think it needs quite a lot of improvement in the front camera part. And here are a few samples from both of these apps. So even though the colors with GCAM are better overall, the images look cleaner with the stock camera app, and it was faster too. One extra option that you get with the stock camera is the distinct bokeh level before you click an image, and I think it's better to have that. Whereas in GCAM 1, you can do that after you have taken the image, which makes it a bit tedious task. So to conclude, I would like to say that the Google camera mod does make a lot of difference as compared to the stock camera in some challenging scenarios. But it still needs some work as it is a bit slow in switching the cameras and processing the image. And you can keep this as an alternative for now and stay with the stock camera till a better version arrives. So that's it. This was the review of Google camera mod on the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. Like this video if it helps you out and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one.